I've lost 3 pounds already, and it is not even the end of the week yet. It's just amazing because I had been in a plateau for so long and I didn't realize what was going wrong. One thing about it is, I was definitely in a place where I felt like I was doing everything right. So what was happening? What was going wrong? At the same time I was like, there's something I got to be missing. And when people say that I'm doing everything right and it's still not working, well, what they really mean is they're doing everything right that they know how to do. Based on the information they have, they're following it and they still don't understand why they're not losing weight. And the thing about it is, sometimes you don't know everything. Sometimes there's just one missing key that you are not doing, and that is the reason why your efforts are not working. So, in my instance, even though I was eating healthy, thinking that was enough, it wasn't enough because when you have very specific goals for your body and your health and your physique, you have to get specific about the amount of carbs you're eating, the amount of protein and fats. I didn't really feel like I had to monitor those things. But then when I looked at it and stopped just looking at the calories, I was looking at my macros. I was going over on my carbs day after day after day. And so even though I was eating whole grains, I was eating wheat, I was eating brown rice, all of those things, it still didn't matter because I was eating it in abundance. When you're eating grains at an abundance, then you're going to end up either gaining weight or maintaining your weight despite all of your efforts otherwise. So now that I'm eating the amount that I'm supposed to according to my goals and according to my caloric intake, now I'm actually seeing the results I'm supposed to see. And it's kind of weird, that I'm eating this way. I already felt like I was eating healthily, but to take it to this level where, I'm very mindful over my fat intake and over my carb intake, wow, it's like it's on another level. And I always wanted to be one of those people who used food as fuel and not just as pleasure and not as something to relieve my stress. I wanted to, be the type of person that could sit nuts and vegetables and fruit on a plate and eat that as my fuel and not just as something, oh, this, I'm craving this, so I'm eating this. No, I wanted to look at food in a way that I was looking at its benefits and value, its full value, and not just as an aesthetic value where it was pleasing to me. I'm happy that I've grown to this stage. I don't feel like I'm starving. It's okay that I'm a little bit hungry between meals. It's all right. I am trying to lose weight. And so once I get to the weight that I want to be, I'm going to maintain that. And, but I'm not starving. It's very different, but it's not so different that's drastic and I'm dying. Because again, I gradually grew into this. It's not something I'm thrusting upon myself. And, anytime that I feel hungry in between meals, I grab some water or some tea or maybe some coffee, and that helps me to, make it to the next meal, and it's not a big deal. This is lunch. I'm having leftover sausage and shrimp skewers with tomatoes with Italian dressing, lightly steamed spinach, and tea. I'm wearing this waist trainer. This is the first one I've gotten. I hope that it works out. Um, I I don't know. I kind of believe in waist trainers and I don't at the same time. I believe if you're doing the right things, eating right and exercising, it can be helpful to you. But just wearing a waist trainer and you're not doing anything, I don't know, it's kind of iffy. But I see the bikini bodybuilders wearing it, so I'm wearing it. And so one of the areas that I really need to slim down the most is my tummy because I carry my weight in my tummy. So even though it's flat now, it's still, my waist is still straight up and down almost. So I really need to get that curvature in. So hopefully this will help. I don't know exactly how many hours I should be wearing it. I'm just going to wear it as long as it's comfortable, and just start from there. This is dinner. It's kung pao chicken and lettuce with grapes and tea. It definitely is real when I'm faced with looking at my macros and coming to the conclusion that, you know, I'm out of protein for the day. I can't have any more protein, or I can't have any more fats, or I can't have any more carbs, and I have so many more calories left to eat in the day, but you know, I'm limited on each thing. And so that is where I see the restriction. That's why I have to get creative. But when I look at how I feel and how I look and the results that I'm finally getting back to seeing again, I'm willing to do it, because at this point I'm tired of being where I am. I sat at the same weight for months now, trying to figure out what was it that I wasn't doing. And now that I figured it out, all of the fears and the obstacles that come along the way, I'm just gonna put up with it. Because I know that I'm healthy, I know that I'm eating right, I'm not starving. It is inconvenient, but that is also teaching me something. Anyway, I feel stronger than ever. I have been doing so many things physically that I have not been able to do since I was a teenager. It's just, it is priceless, the feeling that I have. You know, just the way I look and the way I feel inside and the way I feel physically. It's worth everything.